Today, ladies and gentlemen, I have Gavin Hill's Return to Wi-Fi Battling in Gen 7. He is a pretty cool dude and a frequent on my Twitch live stream. And yeah, as you can see, he has a pretty devastating looking team, including two Ultra Beasts. While I'm actually trying out the Tapu I don't think I've used yet on YouTube, Tapu Bulu, who is a grass-type Tapu that is physically oriented. I really kind of like it, actually. So let's go ahead and get into this, as I actually decide to lead with this Tapu Bulu. As he decides to lead with Mamoswine, which is both good and bad, obviously. I'm weak to ice, but obviously I'm good against him as well with my grass moves. And one of the reasons Tapu Bulu is so good is that it has access to Horn Leech, and with a Choice Band, it can be incredibly powerful. So he's going to go ahead and switch out into his Marowak, which does resist me, but I still do some nice damage to it. It looks like it might be a little bit bulky as far as its investment goes. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out now, and I go out into my Toxapex, which I'm hoping to hit him with, obviously, some water moves, although I really hope that he doesn't decide to hit me with his ground moves. He is going to go ahead and Flare Blitz, though, and I do resist that, although it still does quite a lot to Toxapex, despite the resistance. But, hey, that's just the power of Marowak for you. And, yeah, obviously, with its thick club item, its attack is through the roof, and Flare Blitz is a stab, really powerful move. So, yeah, he's going to go ahead and withdraw, though. He doesn't want to get hit with a Liquidation as he goes into Xerxatry. As I just go for a Baneful Bunker in case he did try to do anything, I could poison him and stuff. Baneful Bunker, if you guys didn't know, I think I used it in a previous battle, but if you didn't watch that one, Baneful Bunker is a protect move that actually poisons the enemy if they use a contact move. So it's pretty neat. I'm just going to do it against this just to see what he's going to do. He goes for a Dazzling Gleam here, and that's interesting because I guess I really wasn't expecting that, considering that I actually resist Dazzling Gleam, but I think he might switch it up this turn, so I decided to switch out. It ends up actually being Choice Scarfed, I think, so it ends up working out for me, as I decided to go out into Tapu Bulu again, who does resist Electric. He continues going for Dazzling Gleam, though, and that is neutral. Obviously, Fairy does not resist itself. It's one of the few types that really don't, actually. But, actually not really. There's a few others. There's actually quite a few. But, it does not resist itself, is the point. As he continues going for it, he does outspeed me due to the Scarf, and, unfortunately for him, though, Choice Band to Tapu Bulu with Horn Leech does a ton, and then I get all that HP back, so, that feels pretty good being able to take out his Xerxatry really early. His Xerxatry has, I believe, 179... It's over 170 base special attack. It's ridiculous. Just as ridiculous as this Pheromosa thing, which has ridiculous amounts of speed, attack, and special attack, but it's extremely frail. Either way, I decided to go into Toxapex, and it's a pretty good thing I did, too. I do that because I do resist his two stab moves, Fighting and Bug, but I also resist that Ice Beam he was trying to use against me, so that's pretty nice, as I just go for a Baneful Bunker in case he tries to do a contact move. He ends up trying to go for Poison Jab, which I'm not really sure why, considering I also am a Poison type, so I would have resisted that too. So I feel pretty confident after seeing Poison Jab, and he doesn't have Hidden Power Ground or anything, that I resist his entire moveset, which is definitely really nice for me. And he is going to U-turn to get some damage on me. Does some minimal damage as this Pheromosa is forced to switch out, but that Pheromosa in the back of my mind, I have to remember it because it is an extremely dangerous Pokemon. If I lose Toxapex at any point, that thing could really go off against my team. So he's going to go into Alakazam now, as I just go for a Liquidation. I kind of figured he would switch, and I just wanted to get damage on whatever he goes into. It ends up being really great for me because Alakazam is obviously extremely frail as far as, defense goes. And I'm going to go ahead and go on to Celesteela. I'm kind of expecting this to be a Mega, but it doesn't seem to be. He goes for a Psyshock instead. And, yeah, I do resist that, but it still doesn't do pretty damage. Celesteela is a bit of a tank, but obviously Alakazam is a well-known wall breaker, so he's going to go and actually switch it up and go for a Shadow Ball here. I kind of expected him to switch, so I went for a sub. Probably actually a good play for him not to switch, because now I'm at low HP due to my sub and his Shadow Ball, and he can actually break a sub with Shadow Ball, so he doesn't want to let me keep the sub up, obviously. He's going to go for that Shadow Ball to break it. The best I can do is just try to kill this Alakazam, and I can do that with a, stab air slasher. That's what I do. And I'm able to go ahead and take out the Alakazam at least, and down it goes. So I do get Beast Boost, but with Celesteela at such low HP, one of the biggest problems with Celesteela, it does have, it has great tanking stats as well as great defensive typing. But one of its biggest issues is it has no real way to reliably recover. That's why a lot of them like to run Leech Seeds. But it's still not a very reliable way. I'm probably going to try to replace Substitute with Protect on that set. I was thinking Substitute might be good, but looking back at it, I probably want Protect more to get some easy leech sheets. Anyway, he's going to go ahead and burn me in Dice. I go into Toxapex, which, actually, no, I go into Toxapex and then he decides to burn me, which is kind of a decent play because I am a physical attacker. However, at the same time, he does actually end up carrying Bone Meringue, so I'm kind of curious as to why he just didn't do it. Because now he just goes for a Shadow Bone, and I don't know, maybe he just didn't know or was confused about Toxapex's typing. It seemed like a few times he thought I was pure water. Toxapex is water poison, so yeah, he can definitely get the super effective Bone Meringue, and there he goes. He finally does it, and it's going to be able to take out Toxapex. I was actually thinking at this point, maybe he doesn't have it. Maybe he's Will-O-Wisp and Swords Dance and just cut out the ground move altogether. But I was wrong. He ends up able to take out Toxapex, which is actually, like I said earlier, kind of bad because now I don't really have a reliable... I mean, this Mimikyu can take probably the... Take the bug and fighting moves, but I don't really have a reliable way to take that Pheromosa because it's not going to take even an Ice Beam very well. Mimikyu is not very defensive, and there goes my disguise as he actually goes for Bone Meringue. As I said, I think last video, one of the advantages of Bone Meringue is that you can actually break a Mimikyu disguise and then hit him for damage. So, yeah, pretty good move there on Marowak's part as he breaks my disguise and gets some damage on me. But I am going to be able to kill him after getting up a Swords Dance. My Mimikyu actually carries Lumberry, so I wasn't really afraid of the Will-O-Wisp, and yeah, that's why I stayed in. Felt so confident, but because I didn't think... obviously I would have been immune to Will-O-Wisp if you went for that. However, I missed a Play Rough, and I always kind of forget that Play Rough can miss, but it actually does have 90% accuracy, meaning it's not extremely reliable. But yeah, he goes out. I think I go out in a Celesteela. As he goes out of Swine, and so Swine killed my Mimikyu, and now it killed my Celesteela. I was hoping Celesteela would be able to take it, but Icicle Crash is very powerful. I go into Tapu Bulu again, trying to go for a Horde Leech. As he goes for an Ice Shard, I guess thinking that I might be able to kill him in one hit, he does go for the Ice Shard, and maybe he should have went for Icicle Crash, because I think he said that this is actually, a Focus Sashed. And, yeah, there you go. He does hang on with his Focus Sash. So he probably should have went for the Icicle Crash that turn. A minor misplay on his part, even though I would outspeed him probably. Yeah, he makes kind of a misplay there. Now he is going to Ice Shard, which is the right play, and he ends up critting me too. So there you go, and I'm just going to Horn Leech him now to death. But that Man Respawn could have been even more devastating to me had he went for the Icicle Crash against me that first turn. There, down it goes, and yeah, it's going to continue healing. Grassy, the Grassy, what is it? Whatever the field effect is called, the Grassy Field or whatever, does heal you, similar to Leftovers. It heals all Pokemon, actually. He's going to go into Araquanid now, and I'm just going to Horn Leech. I know it's neutral because he's part Bug, but he's also a Water type, and I end up one-shotting it, so... while Araquanid, I believe, is kind of a tank Pokemon as far as special moves go, it really can't take physical hits that well, as you can see. And, yeah, he's down to this Pheromosa. I'm hoping I can live an Ice Beam, and I do, and just get the Horn Leech off on this. Even with the resistance, it's not going to live because Pheromosa is incredibly frail. So, down it goes, and Tapu Bulu, proving that it does deserve to be regarded as Tapu. I think a lot of people kind of consider it the worst one, to be honest, but I actually really like it. So today's question of the day is this. What is your favorite legendary Pokemon? Obviously, the Tapus are quickly becoming a lot of people's favorites as they are very useful and competitive. As for me, I'm going to have to still say Mew. You guys know the reason by now. But, with a new generation of legendary Pokemon that actually are being favorably received by, the Pokemon community, I thought I would float another one of these questions. And there you go. Ayla's trying to help out Daddy's narration. Good job, Ayla. She's having so much fun right now. She's playing on these little monkey thing on the floor. She loves it, man. Anyway, rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.